Got another product category in front of us here, and we've almost struggled to fit this one on the table. This is probably one of the categories that I'd say we get the most excited about every new one of these products that we pick up. We hope it's going to fit into our process. These are interior products.
Yeah, this is a category that has taken quite a lot of time to go through and work out what sort of product you're really after. So there's probably 3 types of interior product. You can have just a straight cleaner.
Yep.
Just nothing, almost no scent, that just cleans, like a quick detailer for the interior. Then you can have a product that's got UV protectors in it, UVB protectors in it that are going to protect the plastic and give you some protection against, I guess, sunlight and
UV.
To prevent the trim from fading and cracking, etc., etc. And then you've kind of got this new kind of product coming to the market. I don't know if it's a new product, but it's sort of a dressing for the interior.
Yeah.
And so what you'll see here is a lineup of products that have got, all those 3 categories ticked off here. And so for Glenn and I, what we like is we like an interior cleaner that is just going to clean the interior and leave nothing behind. And we want that product to be extremely versatile.
Well, that's importance number 1, isn't it? That it's got to clean well, and I think it's the leaving nothing behind for just a standard cleaner for us.
Yeah, so what you'll find is that in a lot of old cars, they just have plastic trim on plastic trim on plastic trim on plastic trim. And a lot of these products work perfectly for just plastic trim.
Correct.
But when you start to step into a new vehicle is that you have very minimal plastic trim and you have things like plain black dashes.
You've got leather or pleather.
You've got large infotainment screens that take up the whole vehicle. And so you kind of need a bit of a combination of products. Now, what I really sort of struggle is that products that have got these UV protectants in them is that for modern cars is basically useless because they leave a really streaky finish behind on piano black trim. They leave a streaky finish behind on your infotainment systems. And anything that's sort of glossy in the interior, it's really hard to remove that streakiness because you end up pushing product to corners of the trim.
So when we say we don't want a product that leaves something behind, like, it's fine. We're happy to have a product that, leave some UV protection behind, but what we don't want left behind is streaking. That's probably what we're referring to. We don't want the product to be hard to manage, and because of anything added to it, it leaves a finish that doesn't look OEM or doesn't look satin. Like, leaving something behind in the respect of good UV property that just disappears away, that's fine. We can handle that.
And the other thing is that when you come into a protectant based product is that if you get overspray onto another panel and you don't see that overspray, it's very unlikely it's going to flash away, or it might flash away, but it's going to leave like little dotty residue spots behind. Now those spots are really hard to remove, and in fact you probably in some cases you actually can't remove them. So that's why we sort of veer on the caution of using protectant based products and sort of come towards more of a cleaner type product. The other thing is we want this to flash away really easily because you do run the risk of having overspray, especially when you've got customers coming through the shop. You're going through them a little bit quickly and you definitely don't want overspray because that's kind of the first thing that the customer's going to see. They're going to see terrible glass and they're going to see overspray on their infotainment system when they want to listen to the radio. So we kind of have this category where we have a majority of our straight sort of cleaners up here that we really like, and then down the end here we have our UV protectants products that we don't really like. And it's just it's a personal preference. It's a thing that we like. It's not like these products are junk, that these products don't work. It's just that that's the way that we like to clean our vehicles.
I don't think we come across any of these that don't work at cleaning.
No, these are all perfectly fine.
They all do great at cleaning, but it's all of the added extras that go with them as well, isn't it? And then I think the other thing as well that we kind of consider when we're looking at a product is versatility. Can we use it on the leather or the pleather? Can we use it on vinyl, plastics? Can we use it on cloth if we need to? Because we don't want to have 6 different products from interior.
Does it have a foaming application? So if you want it to foam up to do a bit more heavy duty cleaning, can you use it on vinyl? Can you use it on, I don't know, Alcantara? Can you use it on your cloth seats and stuff like that? So we want a product that definitely covers a broad range and is basically easy and really nice to use. We don't really clean dirty interiors, and in fact we don't really clean interiors at all. And I don't think a lot of detailers like cleaning interiors.
Well, we'll do a superficial clean of our interiors because they don't even get too dirty to need a full detail. Yeah. They just need a wipe down generally.
And so that's kind of why we don't really have too much heavy duty cleaning products, because we haven't really experienced a position where you need that. And if we did, we'd probably go to somewhere like we'd do like a real mild APC.
Yeah, I was about to say that. APCs you can use in interior, delivery, but we just don't have them here because we don't need that heavier cleaner. But that'll be a whole nother category altogether in different dilutions as well. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and we've got more than this.
There's one product you haven't seen on here, which is
Armor Detail Pilot.
Yeah. But that sort of fits down this end of the category. So from here back, except for this product, is a product that has got cleaning capabilities, but also has got the UV protectants in it. And you can genuinely tell because the product is like milky. It's a milky, foamy sort of product, and that's because it's got that protectant in it.
This one here too. Should we kind of quick fire through some of the ones we've got down here and then spend a bit more time as we get along the
So the Trucker's Pride is no good. Don't get that product.
I didn't even know you had this. It didn't make the cut of even giving to me to go, hey Glenn, have a go at this. Good for trucks?
Good for trucks. My old man gave me that.
Okay, good for trucks. What about this one here? This is Geon Vinyl Q2M.
So I guess also another sort of thing that we got to think about is that Glenn and I, we have to be able to buy these products.
Yeah.
We have to be able to buy these products in some sort of decent sized quantity. So, we might want to get it in a bigger bottle. We might want to be able to get it in a gallon. We have to basically not spend our life savings on shipping to get it here, but we will pay a little bit extra for a slightly decent product. And so those are the things that we kind of have to think about. Scent is not necessarily important, but it might be important if you want to have a nice, refreshing smelling interior.
Do you know what I think? What's more important than a good scent is not a bad scent.
Yes, correct.
So the scent doesn't matter to me unless it's terrible, and then I don't want it.
Yes. So the Geon vinyl, what have I written here? It's good, but the problem is because it's got that protectant, it can leave it feeling quite sticky. The trim can be sticky, it can be quite streaky. It gives a little slightly gloss behind because it is adding that protection.
Yep.
It only comes in that size bottle here in New Zealand. I'm guessing maybe you could buy it in a larger size somewhere else.
And if you can see Glenn looking down here, he's actually looking at a Google spreadsheet of all the characteristics of the product. So he's not just staring into the laptop watching, watching sport or something. This is like this is your little Bible of all the interior products.
Yeah, because I bought a lot of these. Actually, most of these products I paid for myself, but it was products that got such a long time ago. I mean, I don't even know when I created the spreadsheet, but it will be a few years ago.
So what about this one here? What about DIY Detail Interior Clean and Protect? Again, another milky product because it does have that protection in it as well.
So again, it's going to fit in that same category as that, it cleans well, there's no problem with cleaning, but you do have to be a little bit careful with it because it is going to add that protection behind. So you need to just be careful not to spray it all over the interior. You have to be a little bit more deliberate about wiping it off.
It's a really pleasant smelling product. Yeah, that is really refreshing.
And that's going to be the same with the Geon Interior Detailer. It's going to be the same with Detail Co. Interior Clean. Now, if I was to choose one of these products here that have got the UV protectant-based properties in it, I would be using the Detail Co. one.
Okay.
The reason is that it seems to work slightly easier on the piano black trim and slightly easier on the screens. Like you don't have to fight so hard for it in terms of the streakiness. So if you are going to go down that pathway, that's where I would point you in the direction.
Is this as milky?
It's not as milky, no.
No, it's not. There's really not much of a smell to that, to be fair. Like that DIY Detail is very strong compared to this one I've just smelled, and then this one as well. So this would be your go-to in the protection category. Protection and cleaner.
Protection and cleaner category.
Okay. We've got two little almost sample-size bottles here. I don't think we ever went to a full one.
So the Carpro inside's actually really quite nice. I do quite like using that product.
And then we've got
that's
C6
just a mashed that protection. I don't actually think I used it that much because I just don't like it.
There's a lot of product left in there. Yeah, I don't think I played with that one at all.
What is quite cool about the G-Technic stuff is that came out quite early on compared to these other products that have got this sort of category. It happened around the COVID times that people were really interested in sanitizing.
Antibacterial type
sanitization products in the interior. So that's why I bought those, and I think I've also got Tri-Clean there as well because I thought maybe that could be an area that would really take off, but they all have those antibacterial type properties, and that's kind of the same with the matte dash stuff.
Well, this one here, it does say, BioCoat proven antimicrobial protection. And then I think with the matte dash as well, it's also got that same BioCoat, sorry. That's obviously G-Technic's terminology for their antibacterial type
coating or whatever that goes on there. So those are those two products. But you can talk about PNS Interior because You had this for a very long
Well,
time.
we both use this for a very long time. I probably use this for longer than Glenn. This is by PNS, and it was just a very versatile product. It ticked all of those boxes of everything we wanted to do. It cleaned really well. It was very versatile across surfaces, left a really good matte finish. Where it let us down is that it was very quick to foam. So not just with like a brush, like you can foam it up really easy with a brush, but with a towel. You would spray it and you would see like all of the, I don't know, like lines of foam it was leaving behind on the surface. It would flash away fine.
I wouldn't be surprised, now I don't know this for sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if this interior cleaner is more towards an APC type product. What I didn't like about that product is that when you've got old crappy cars like Glenn and I own, the plastic trim is that would leave that very streaky and it would leave this tacky feel to it.
It would smell as well.
And the smell is just disgusting.
Like urinal cakes, eh?
Yeah.
Like real clean urinal cakes.
I don't
but
like
just
this. I don't
you
like
can't
the
really
smell.
smell it in there right now. It's like faded away a little bit, but
yeah. The foaming, the streakiness, the tackiness on the dash, and then the smell.
although we say that,
We went through gallons.
went through gallons, probably 3-4 gallons of it. So it was a great product for a long time until
because we hadn't really tried anything else, and I think because of the hate of this product, well, not the hate, that's not quite the right word, but for our dislikes around some of these things, sort of pushed us towards, hey, we've got to go and see if there's a better product out there. Can we sort of get similar properties in another product, and can we go and find that?
I think it was a scent that really got us to go, like, let's just try something
Well, as
else.
soon as I told you about the scent, you're like, oh no, I'm done with that.
You can't unsmell it when you smell that you're cleaning your car with urinal cakes.
It was just more the tackiness of the
Yeah.
dash and the foam. Yeah, I just think from a user experience point of view, we could chase something better.
I had pretty high hopes for this next one. This is Nixet Cockpit Premium, and
This was a Matt Mormon recommendation
was.
actually, because he used to say that product was his favourite interior cleaner of all time. He really enjoyed that product. He used it a lot, and so I thought, you know what, I'll spend a lot of money and I'll get this product here and I'll give it a try.
do you reckon that smells like urinal cakes as well? Just a different type of urinal
I
cake?
really like that smell.
Ah.
I really like that. What would you call it? It's kind of like a eucalyptus, like a real throat burning smell.
Yeah, it's got me wanting to cough. It's not unpleasant.
It's
don't know.
like a eucalyptus. Would you say it's eucalyptus?
It has like a citrus undertone to it.
It sort of feels like smells like a herbal remedy type product.
I feel like it's a smell of like a spray and wipe you get from the supermarket.
I think that's quite a pleasant smell.
This was nice. Like it describes here, it's safe for all interior plastic finishes, shine-free, oil-free finish.
So it's just a general good
interior
cleaner.
cleaner.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, I thought that was alright. I could probably continue to use this. Like if this was my only option here, I wouldn't be unhappy with using that product there. This is Koch Chemie in their weird bottle. I love Koch Chemie bottles, but I don't like this.
That's not
range.
Koch Chemie in there, so don't smell that.
Ah, okay. So this is Refresh Cockpit Care.
This product was pretty good. Just cleaned, nice and easy, nothing flashy. I mean, Koch Chemie, that sort of style of product is actually quite hard for us to buy.
Yeah.
500 mils, whatever I said about it.
This has UV protection in it as well.
It does have UV protection. It's anti-static, gives a slight gloss. It was cherry scented back when we had it.
So just nothing special about it. Just didn't really hit the
Just
mark.
average, you know.
We've talked about Tri-Clean here from G-Technic, and then we get into the products where we probably consider more seriously around like really keeping them in our lineup.
This is where like the discussion really starts,
I
right?
remember when we discovered this one. This is the Koch Chemie branding that I really like. This is ASC, so the all-around surface cleaner.
And we made a video about this a very long time ago
did.
because we really liked it. The reason why we liked it, and that's when we start to discover what we like about interior cleaners, is that it's just a straight cleaner. It leaves no protection behind. It sort of flashes off really nicely. You can use it on all the surfaces of the vehicle, and just a really nice product. You could spray it, let it flash, and move on. And so we had. This is the point where we're like, hang on a minute, we actually can get something that we're after here in an interior product.
Yeah, I didn't feel like this was a really heavy cleaner. I felt this was really good for just our day-to-day or week-to-week, not very heavy dirt, more just, hey, a couple of fingerprints here and there, safe on all surfaces. It smelled pretty good as well.
And because of that, that's why we never got rid of the PNS, because we wanted to use it for the foaming application, the heavy cleaning sort of properties that provides you with, and that's when we had the combination
Probably
thing going.
thought it was like these, eh? We're like, okay, these are...
And that's the same with
these
this
were there.
product here. Was that?
What is that?
and
That is the Car Pro? In a QD?
In a QD, so it's also, again, it's got a nice citrus scent behind it, leaves nothing behind. It's a mild cleaner, but it flashes really nicely. And in fact, we both bought a gallon of this.
We found a just fire deal on that, didn't we? I feel like it might have been a little pricing mishap. So we're like, cool, we'll commit to a gallon each. And it's a gallon that we just haven't burned through, but it's not a bad product. I just think we found better in the market.
This is a good staple. I mean, this is good. It flashes away.
What was the smell again? Was this the like lemonade-ish?
Lemon scent, citrusy smell. That's real product in there.
Yeah, that smells good. I really like that. I couldn't get into this because we don't use a whole amount of interior detailers or interior cleaners, and we just had so many other options, I think, when this came in, that it just, I mean, look how much of the gallon you've actually done a good job. You've burnt through quite a bit.
No, I've given some of it away. It's in a few other bottles, like it's in that bottle, and it's in our product stuff to give away. So we also have about that much in another gallon in the bedroom.
Oh, wow, do we?
Yeah.
Goodness, so we've got like a gallon and a half.
Yeah. And what's good about the Carbo products is that we can buy it relatively cheap.
Yeah.
You know, we have a good supply here that we have a good discount with, and so we can buy this in a gallon, we can buy this in the litre, we can buy this in the smaller bottles, and so, I mean, it fits the description of the product that we're really after.
Then we get to the products that we've landed on as like, we really like these, and I don't think that we need to hunt much further because we've got probably a trifecta here of products that this is maybe one that we just need to keep playing with, the category. But
it's proof of concept here, isn't it? So
it is. This
we'll
is
talk
kind
about
of
that. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay,
we'll
talk about these. So where we've kind of landed, when we went from these two, we ended up kicking this one out and we replaced it with this one. And this was our combo. This was if we needed heavier cleaning and foaming action. This was just the maintenance. Like, this is Geon Interior. It is available in a 4 litre. We just can't get it in New Zealand. So it is costly if we get a big bottle in. We just keep buying these smaller bottles over and over again. But alcohol based, really pleasant smell, wipes away, super easy to like just remove from the surface because it just flashes away. Being alcohol based, great on screens, great on like piano black. You've actually been in contact with Geon as well.
All on your trim. It's perfect for the interior of basically every surface.
Yeah, you asked them about the safety of this, didn't you?
Well, because people got really upset that this is a high heavy alcohol content product. Now you should be really careful about just holding it to the fact that there's a lot of alcohol in here. These products all have special makeups, right? So they all contain like things like surfactants and other parts to the product that actually help it along. So yes, it's a high alcohol content, but the problem was that people were really concerned that they were going to cause damage to their trim. It was going to dry out the plastics and cause cracking and things like that. So I actually personally messaged Geon and said, hey, really like using your product, but does this happen? And they said, no, it won't crack, it won't cause any damage to the interior because there is other things in here that prevent it from doing that.
This came out, I feel, around the time of COVID where it was
part of their purification sort of stuff, because it leaves the car smelling really nice. It's got that antimicrobial, antibacterial properties in it, so it ticks the box there as well. I just feel like this is a very well-balanced, well-rounded interior cleaning product for your weekly maintenance of cleaning interior vehicles.
Where I found this has come into I just love it. I love it when I'm cleaning leather seats, because leather seats are really difficult. When we were cleaning them with this, we would have to kind of micromanage streaking a bit. I just find with this I can get a little bit of overspray, and because of the alcohol content, it just wipes away.
And there must be some sort of, you can feel, so when you do clean your leather seats, you can feel that it leaves them feeling really nice and soft to touch, because I bet you it's leaving some sort of additional thing in there that we don't know about, but it's just helping, and it's sort of overriding the fact of what the alcohol will be doing.
It leaves no sign that anything's left behind. Like, it just dries absolutely beautiful.
It's almost like there's a little bit of like a conditioner sort of thing in there. I'm not totally sure, but that product is just, for me, one of the best interior cleaners that we've tried, and it just ticks the boxes and does the job extremely well. But don't use this if you want to do heavy cleaning. Like if you've got a car where the kid's just chucked up in the back, the dog's just taken a big shit in the back, and you've got 40 years worth of broken umbrellas and 5 golf balls and
food stains and stuff,
and last year's bag full of kid stuff in there. Don't use that to clean that interior. No. That is not where you want to go. You want to go towards something that's got a bit more foaming action. You've got something a bit more kick and a bit more punch, and that's where we stumbled across this product. Yeah,
we found this at SEMA. This is Grios interior cleaner, and this for us has kicked this one out. So now we've got rid of this. We've got a gallon of this. You've got the litre bottle. I find this is actually quite big to deal with interiors. They make a smaller bottle as well.
Your smaller bottle's better.
Yeah, just because this is quite big to manage in the interior. But this is now our combo. So we've obviously talked about why we like the Geon product, but the Grios for us is the product that we go to if we want to do a little bit of heavier cleaning. And it's not that it's a heavier chemical. It's not an APC, but as you can see there, it foams quite easily. So you can spray it on a surface and not get too much foaming action by just wiping it off. But if you want to foam this product up, you can get a brush, you can agitate it, and you can get some really good foaming action out of this, which can extract some of that dirt from, let's say, a dirty seat to then allow you to wipe it away clean. So that has now become our combo.
And again, that leaves
materials.
a really nice, clean, streak-free finish behind. It leaves the surfaces feeling quite nice to touch, doesn't leave any tacky thing behind. And so those two products basically tick the box of all the issues we've had of all the other products.
And then to get that UV protection, so rather than having a third product in there that's like, hey, if I want to add some UV protection, let me clean and protect at the same time, where we're kind of leaning, or where you're leaning, because you're the only one who's played with this just now, is having a specific product. So this is by Detail Co. This is their Interior Protect. And the way that you use this is you would just do your normal cleaning. So pick your product, clean, then you come in along and selectively treat the areas of your car where you want that UV protection.
So for us here in New Zealand, we have really bad UV here.
Yeah.
Our UV is really high, and so you will get burnt in the sun, even in the shade, or even in like an overcast day in about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we have old crappy cars like we drive, you can't legally put tint on the front of a windscreen here in New Zealand. So sun is just going to bead right in onto that glass, and it's going to heat the plastics up. And when you've got old cars, the trim starts to become at risk of cracking, fading, doing some damage like that. And so what's really important is that we do want to be applying some sort of UV protectant to the interior of the vehicle to prevent that from happening, but I want this product to work really easily. I want it to work really well. I don't want it to have streaking. I don't want to be chasing that, and I don't want this product to make my work even harder than it already is.
So the benefit of this product is you can control your application, because you can put this on an applicator knowing that you're not trying to clean at the same time as protecting. You can clean and then hit the areas you want with your protectant product.
And so what I like about this product is that you're right, I can control where I'm putting it, and I'm only going to put it on the first half of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only going to put it on the dash and maybe on the higher trims.
Just where the sun's hitting.
Just where the sun's hitting. The back I'm not going to worry about, and I'm just going to apply this every couple of months or so, or when I can feel like the dressing has sort of diminished and worn out, and then I will do another application. But I'm not doing this every week like you would if you had a dedicated interior cleaner. I'm doing this just when it's necessary. The other good thing about this is that it's a clear product. So it's clear, it's not like a milky looking product like these ones are.
All of these are really heavy.
And so that sort of helps it to flash and to dry away, basically to a nice clear finish. I have noticed that in areas where like the Range Rover, it's got like pleather and it's got sort of soft touch trim areas, it does really well there, it does really well on the steering wheels. But in sort of cars where there's a lot of heavy plastic like old Subarus, you do have to be a little careful, because it does add a little bit of a shine, a little bit of a gloss to it. So maybe just be sparingly in the amount of product that you're using, and make sure you wipe it away. But from the user experience of this is definitely the product that maybe I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but this is the only product I've tried. But this is a category that we probably need to move into a little bit, just because of the user experience of being able to choose when I'm applying my UV protection to the vehicle.
Well, it's important in New Zealand, as you said. So I think that I'll have a play with that. We're going to do a video on that, so we'll definitely do that in the coming weeks on the Range Rover and kind of walk you through that process.
And so we're kind of leading towards sort of a three-hitter here, where we've got, car just drove down the alleyway.
That's not a road.
No.
Does she normally do that?
I don't know, it's the first time I've seen. I have seen people drive down the alleyways before.
So Clint's got this alleyway next to his house, and this girl's just come down the street, indicator, confident as anything, and just boosted down the alleyway.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen people go down that way before. I've seen people go that way.
She wasn't looking for something. She knew where she was going. She was
obviously
like,
looked
yeah,
at it.
I'm doing a little shortcut. Like,
gangster.
Yeah, mum and dad won't see me come home if I go this way. Goodness.
So anyway, we're looking towards sort of more of a three-base product, which is like every day.
Yep.
Every day I'm using that, and it's just going to give my interior a nice refresh. If I want something a little bit harder, or I'm going into some sort of leather cleaning where I'm going to get the brush out, or I'm going around door cards and I want a bit of extra oomph, I'm going here. And then every sort of, I don't know how long this product lasts. Maybe Eddie, chime in if you're going to watch this video. Let us know how long this protection is, but I'm guessing sort of 1 to 3 months. Who knows? I'm just chucking that number out there. But that's how often you would be applying that product, and it's just to the front of the car, just to give us a little bit of protection. So don't get upset if your favorite interior cleaner's here. Don't go, oh, the boys didn't talk about this. Oh, the boys didn't like this one. This is our user experience. This is what we think and the way that we want to use an interior cleaner. Also, if your favorite interior cleaner that we sort of like in this category is something that you use that we haven't talked about, drop that in the comments, because these videos tend to do quite well. A lot of people like to look at these, they like to look at them and go, oh yeah, they really like my product, and it's sort of a confirmation that other people, or confirmation to other people that, you know, it's a good product. So let us know what you think. Let us know if there's anything else that you'd like us to try. But that's basically an overview of how we've come to select these products.
How excited are you to put those back on the shelf and put all of these in the donate pile or the bin?
Good, because I've gone from, so all our detailing products, I've just been keeping all the bottles.
Yep.
So I had a box about this big of products, and I also then got a chili bin, and I put that again into the chili bin. So I've got rid of the chili bin, and I'm now down to just a box of stuff, and actually I'm probably down to like half a box of product left.
Do you want to keep this, or are you going to get rid of it?
I'm going to donate it.
You're going to donate it, okay. If you're in New Zealand and you want that in a QD, we'll make up a whole full gallon of it. If you're in New Zealand and you're watching this in the next like week after publishing, drop us an email, info@omnigarage.co.nz. We'll send it out to you.
Ooh.
You've got to be in New Zealand though.
Yep.
Because I am not paying for shipping that anywhere else.
We'll fill the gallon up because we've got another half a gallon.
Yeah, so we'll make a full gallon and we'll send that out. But it's got to be in the next 7 days and only in New Zealand.
Okay.
Don't go, oh, I'm in Australia, because we might as well buy you a new gallon if you're over there. That's it, pretty much. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
That'll kick it out.
That'll kick it out. We don't have a spray bottle to give you either.
No, but free gallon of product. So there you go, another product category. I think the next product category that we're going to move into might be foam cannons actually, because we've got a bunch of those as well, and we've got some thoughts to share there. And we've got a few videos like this on the channel already. We've got soaps, we've got drying aids, we've got glass cleaners, now interior cleaners, and many more to come as we continue to clear out the boxes that are sitting in that spare bedroom.
So that's it from Omni Garage. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified when we're releasing more cool content like this. Drop us a comment on your favorite interior cleaner, or drop us a comment on one that you reckon we should have. If you live in New Zealand, email us and you'll get a gallon of this. That's it from Omni Garage. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more cool stuff.
Catch you later.